and thank you, like and share it, for having me on your channel. I'll get right into my story. As far back as I can remember, when I was young, I always had an issue with seeing animals being harmed. Same kind of idea with, children or elderly people. There's a vulnerability and an innocence to them. Most people don't want to see them harmed, because it's like an abuse of power to take advantage of them in some way. And although I went through most of my life not making the connection to the animals on my plate, until about 7 years ago, when I quit alcohol, I started to become aware about a lot more things going on around me. And I watched documentaries like Cowspiracy and Earthlings. And basically I thought to myself, what am I gonna eat now? Because I'm not eating animals. I didn't know what to do, how to eat. It's very new to me and overwhelming. And I hadn't even heard of the word vegan. But through research, which can be empowering to finally learn how to nourish our bodies, I learned that dietetic associations around the world all agree that a plant-based diet is a healthy way to live. And elite athletes were killing it. And I knew it could be done, and so I was going to make it happen because I was determined for the animals. And I figured it out. And about 7 years later, I'm doing great, stronger than ever. And I thought that vegetarians were squeamish or had a weak stomach or something, and that's why they chose this odd way of eating. But what I learned was that most people can't stomach watching what happens to animals in slaughterhouses, and or they choose not to watch it outright, just choose not to see. And so what I've learned is that it's not actually about being squeamish, and it's not some weird hippie thing to do. It's actually a pretty logical extension of the idea of do unto others. We accept animals into our house and call them family. We would never send them to a slaughterhouse. It would be a nightmare for us. And I've learned that these animals, the farm animals, are actually no different than our companion animals. They look different, and that's as far as it goes, really, aside from different character traits. But so that was that. I went on to hear speeches from guys like James Aspey and Gary Yourofsky. I highly recommend those speeches, and they kind of inspired me to go beyond just being vegan and withholding my support to the meat, dairy, and egg industries, and to actually become a voice for the animals. So I joined organizations like Anonymous for the Voiceless. I became an organizer, and which is very rewarding and impactful street outreach while people watch footage of animal exploitation. And kind of ask questions and let them come to their own conclusions. And if we're honest with ourselves, you learn that it's just a logical extension of basic respect to just avoid killing when we don't have to. And also sharing recipes, I do, and anything I can, really, making this video, telling my story. I'll do anything I can to for the animals. When I quit alcohol, spirituality kind of went hand in hand with that process. And two of the biggest aspects of spirituality for me are honesty and integrity. So that's why, when I look back, being honest with myself was the idea of coming to terms with, I can't in good conscience support the largest system of violence on earth that goes against my core principles. And integrity is just about, it doesn't matter what, if nobody else, the world will ever stop eating animals. It's more about who I am and what I'm going to do. And I've found that I think the more we don't live in alignment with our intuition, we're gonna stay blocked from personal growth and our evolution. So it's been a big lesson for me to really continue on the path of following, sticking to my values regardless of what people are doing around me and what the masses are doing, what's the status quo is. And so veganism, I think, has been a catalyst for leading me to that kind of conclusion, and it impacts other areas of my life, and it snowballs into other areas of my life, which I'm very happy about. And that's my story. I'm going to be speaking up for animals for life, and I don't know how my activism is going to evolve. But I encourage everyone to look into what happens to animals in the food system, and take action and reach out to somebody in the community. We're all willing to help. We all, everybody's welcome into this movement that wants to end violence and include everybody. When we speak of liberation, freedom, respect, it's basically just about not leaving anybody out of that circle. So that's me. Thanks for listening.